You know, you can defend that statement that color doesn't matter only when you defend truth. You got to accept truth first. Then it's easy for us to move along with everything else.
I agree. We did take the diamond, and we should give it back. I agree with you.
So, well, when you start there, before we can talk, because until you yourself, individually and personally, until you listen, uncle, until
I'm
you.
not your uncle. Stop calling
I
me
didn't say my uncle. What's your name then?
Greg.
Greg. Now listen, Greg.
Fine. I don't need to take this shit from you.
No, it's okay. Come.
I thought you had thick skin. Uncle, we're not on the color. We're not only on the color just for the sake of color. Well, prove me.
All you're talking about is colour.
Well, Europe has been talking about this color for too long than I anyway. You know that, uncle. You know that.
Why am I your uncle?
Say again?
Why am I your uncle?
You're not my uncle. You're
Why do you
uncle.
call me uncle all the time?
You are an uncle. You know. If you don't want to be mine, I won't force you. But you are an uncle anyway.
Is he a Christian?
I don't know.
Are you a Christian? Muslim? You're not really.
Agnostic.
No?
Agnostic.
Okay.
I don't believe any of the religions are correct. They're all incorrect.
They're
All
incorrect.
religions are incorrect.
Incorrect.
And you're the experts.
Yes, people that believe in science are the experts. The people that believe in religion are not.
So, I mean, no. Why we ask questions like this is there are Negrophobes and Afrophobes.
See, back onto colour. Okay, go ahead.
How is Negrophobe and Afro?
Negro is a colour.
It's not a people.
It's a people that have a certain colour.
Well, what about?
Negro means black.
Yeah, we can. But we're talking. When we're talking, we're not saying you hate the color black.
Okay, so
Or is that how you see it?
What's your point?
My point is that there's hatred on black people globally, on dark skin. There's hatred on dark skin globally. The blacks everywhere on the face of the earth are underneath everybody else. It's systemic. You can't run away from that, uncle.
In Africa,
Say again?
who are the blacks under in Africa?
The white colonial masters called the
No,
Commonwealth.
but there are probably 50 African
Uncle,
countries. Yeah?
the Queen is the head of the Commonwealth.
Yes.
You know what the Commonwealth is?
Yes.
What is that?
It's former colonies of the British Empire.
There are no more colonies now.
There are only a few left.
Only which ones are there?
Some of the small islands in the Caribbean.
Well, have
perhaps,
they
or-
given back everything they stole from them?
What did we steal from Africa?
Everything in the British Museum, Natural Museum of everything. Every stolen item.
There's a lot of stuff that was taken. Yes.
Every stolen item from Benin, from Togo, from Mali, from Senegal, in France, in the museum and blah blah blah. Have they returned them? If we are equal and if we have power, do you not think I will request my stolen goods back? What's my chances of getting them out of your nuclear
I would
weaponry
agree
hands?
with you on a lot of things. I think the British should give back the Elgin marbles. The British took a lot of things from colonies which they shouldn't have taken. I agree with you.
No, well, if you agree, then what we're talking about, if we can't get them back, what's that saying?
What do you mean you can't get them back? They're still taking, man.
Thank you very much.
They're still taking,
You
man.
see my lack of education.
What are they still taking?
They're still, as we speak, they're still stealing.
Stealing what?
Still
Everything. They're stealing humans. They're stealing resources.
Where are they stealing?
the resources. South Africa.
Where are they stealing humans?
Sorry, how is the West stealing humans? How are Europeans stealing
You heard about the brain drain.
Well, that's voluntary.
No,
Black people that
no,
come
no.
here.
That is coercive voluntary.
Why did you come to Britain?
There's couple of.
You're not British, so why did you come
No.
here?
Hold on. Yeah, you want to answer him?
This is his land. Who
Why is
said-
it his land?
Who said this is your land?
Okay,
I don't know. That's very controversial.
Who said
So
this is your
Yeah.
land?
because this is where we came
This is
from.
God's land. You don't belong
There is
to,
no God.
You don't belong to you. You
doesn't-
don't belong to nobody.
That's rubbish. Why can't?
According
Okay,
to-
if that's true,
according to
why
who?
can't Europeans go to Africa and take Africa?
They've
If there's
taken
no
Africa.
land-
You've already
Africa
taken-
already
No,
took-
but
You've
why is
already
it-
taken
but you're-
Africa.
My point
You know-
is, you're
you know-
criticizing it.
you know-
You're criticizing it.
You know,
According to your
Africa,
theory,
you
they
know,
should be not
Africa,
criticism.
you divide it like a cake, and
Yeah.
you've all taken your slices, like, huh? And you still have those slices.
What slices do we take?
Huh?
Your point was that that this isn't my land. There is no such thing as your land. So how can you possibly criticize Europeans for going to Africa and taking things? That's their
So why are
land
you
too.
asking him why is he here?
Huh?
You don't
Because he
ask
was
him.
making the point that he
Why
said,
are you
he
over
said there's a
there?
brain drain in Africa, and I said,
Huh?
if there's a brain drain, these people are coming voluntarily to Europe. Why are Africans getting in boats in Libya right now and going 180,000 went across to Italy last year? Why are they coming?
Because of the problems you're causing over there, innit?
Who's causing the problems?
Whoever, you're blowing up all the places, aren't you?
I'm sorry, at some point Africans have to take
Huh?
responsibility
You're
for their
causing
own.
confusion
If
over
Africa's
there.
poor, if Africa's backward,
why
Africans
they
have
have
to
to
take
come here.
responsibility for it.
Huh?
It's not my fault that Africa's poor.
Now let me ask you a question, Uncle. Let me ask you a question, Uncle. What I find amazing is that sometimes our white families seem to be unconcerned with black suffering. I don't know how you can be this age and be asking these infantile questions.
Really?
You
how
know?
Much, how much aid comes from Africa back to Europe?
Say again?
Zero. How much aid does African countries send in cash to Europe? Zero. How much money do we send to Africa?
Who is the we?
Millions. All of the West sends millions
And
and
money
millions
don't
of dollars
mean
to Africa.
listen to the thing. Get the education.
How much you send to Africa?
Millions and millions of dollars.
And how much you take out of Africa?
I have no idea.
You don't. Exactly. Don't say what you take out.
Let
but
me-
say what
We're
you
not
give.
taking anything out now.
Exactly.
When we give money to Somalia,
You
when
don't
we give money
give
to
nothing.
Kenya, when we give money to
You
Uganda,
take
we're
more-
giving it to try and
You
help
take more
them
out than
become.
you take more out, right?
Well, why don't you all go back to Africa and help build Africa then? If we're the problem, go back to Africa and build it to Africa yourself.
Before we go back, how about you give us all of
But guess what,
What
Uncle?
stuff? Name the stuff I've got to give you back. If it's a few items
First, let me
yeah?
start with the Queen's crown. How about that? I'll start with that.
Which you mean the diamond?
Yeah, everything I
Okay,
hit.
I'll give you the diamond
How about
back.
that?
You can have the diamond back.
How about that?
No problem at all.
See?
Well, I haven't got the power to give it to you. I'd give it to you, but I'm not the Queen, so... Sorry? I can't arrange that for you. Why do you think I could possibly arrange to give you back the diamond? I agree. We did take the diamond, and we should give it back. I agree with you.
Well, when you start there, before we can talk, because until you yourself, individually and personally, until you listen, Uncle, until
I'm
you.
not your uncle. Stop calling
I
me
didn't say my uncle. What's your name then?
Greg.
Greg. Now listen, Greg.
Fine. I don't need to take this shit from you.
No, it's okay. Come.
I thought you had thick skin. Because I gave you much love, you don't like it.
No, he got knocked, innit? Hey, he got knocked because he's saying they give to Africa. He don't say what they take out of Africa.
No, they won't say.
Wear that one out and you
They
see.
won't say. They won't say. I thought he was respectful
Ask
enough.
him the right question. They kick his ass, man.
And when that's not even the important thing.
He's trying to make you look like you're small. We're giving to you. We're giving to you.
Why don't you go back? Give us our stuff back, then we'll go back.
They
in.
don't explain how they give this, they're giving. They give it to their puppets,
Exactly.
who they're told to
Exactly.
make sure they don't give it to the people.
Exactly.
And because it's in foreign currency, bring it back here to store it in our banks.
And when they give you, they don't add on that the debt what they add on to the debt as yeah, exactly. And all of the people that are underneath those puppet masters are the ones who has to pay back all the debt for the rest of their life.
You just go around Africa, see how people are dying every second for drinking.
And then he comes and says, we give you millions.
Even especially water.
Millions.
If that's the case here, why is Africa still the way it is
Hey,
today?
brother, let's not argue, brother. We moved 2 steps too far. We're ignorant. Guess how? He says they're giving us millions. Where's the NHS millions? You're not even giving your own people millions here. You expect us to believe you're giving another nation millions.
Why do they care about
When
us?
there's no beds in the NHS,
No, but Ty, you see
there's no ramps for the disabled.
You see how he ran? He had to run when he brought out that he's giving.
Yeah,
And
they don't.
when I told him,
They're Negrophobes, they're Negrophobes, they're Afrophobes, but for them to admit it, it's only when they start suffering under these demons who rule us. When they start suffering under these demons who rule us, then they'll feel like us. We don't hate white people, but you should hate anybody who stands by while you're being murdered and says nothing. You should hate them. True? I would support a white person being murdered by anybody. I'll give my life for them. But when they see us dying because they're licking the ice cream, you know, they don't care. They're like, we're giving you. Well, if you want to maintain that every nation should have its own autonomy, so now Africans go back to Africa, you won't let us be. Because what did Afghanistan do to you? Nothing. They're just growing their own opium. It's their business.
Which they're controlling.
Which they're controlling for their own. You're making weapons, they're not making weapons. You're creating nuclear, they're not creating nuclear. They gotta survive. But you tell them, don't grow nothing, depend on our own money, which means nothing, because people ain't gonna eat money. People need an economy of their own to survive.
But you know, coming back to Africa, I mean, the simplest thing you need in Africa, like water, you can't even get it.
They've made sure that
clean water, you can't even get it in Africa for these tribes. That they have to go into some dirty well somewhere to start drinking. That's why they're dying. You know, 5 of my sister's daughters, they died from drinking.
5?
5.
Whoa.
Even not so long ago, a 21-year-old. She was only 21, and she was just walking. She just struck dead, man. Just from drinking that nonsense water. Huh? They're helping Africa. They can't even give a simple thing like.
No, it's a collusion. It's a collusion for pollution. It's a collusion for pollution. Brother Ade, what's that hand shaking for? What do you mean, no? I see you stretching away now. I must stretch away yet. Yeah? Yeah, go on, Uncle, I beg you. Sorry.
I'm just saying, you know, when Akon went to Africa, yeah, and you saw the difference that he did to one man. They've been sending millions to Africa, yeah. What do you see of it? What do you see?
Nothing to see.
No, because they give it to their pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only way they're giving the money to these puppets is for, like a bribe, to come into the country and take the resources out. It's just a bribe to.
They instructed the African leaders. This is inflammatory and flammable. This one.
That's all that was.
They've told the African leaders, like Buhari, yeah. They told the African leaders from a long time ago, do not develop Africa. That is the only way you will avoid direct war with us. Do not develop Africa. Do not. And do anything else, but do not develop Africa. Unless we give you permission.
Didn't Buhari just come back from London not so long ago?
I think he returned now,
Yeah, he was sick.
Oh, sick. And how many million was that? Some people commented the money he spent being in hospital here, he could have built a real hospital with all the equipment he needs back there for continuity.
They have a budget allocated for that already. There's hospitals there, but his faith is here. It's crazy.
That's showing you he doesn't care about.
Hey, what I think it is, this going out to all my Nigerian people. I think they've just cloned Buhari. I think the Buhari coming back home is not the real one. They've taken time to, yeah, man. Because look, Nigeria is the fastest growing economy in the world right now. Resources and every other wise. Population, economy, potential. By 2035, Nigeria will be ranked second to fourth highest population on the face of the earth. In the bracket of productivity, i.e. we're talking between 18 and 25. All other nations, with the way the Nigerian brain is, like I always say, Nigeria is the greatest nation on earth. When we say Nigeria, we mean Negro land. All the nations beside us and above us are all Nigeria. We're coming up seriously. We don't need nobody. We invent and create and originate things. We don't need nobody. Throw us in the sand. We'll build you skyscrapers. Just leave us alone. Just leave us alone. Yeah, we ain't joking. Nollywood came out of nothing. People are only using generators for 10 minutes a day, but they rival Hollywood in terms of production and productivity and output. Yeah? How did that happen? How did that happen? China is in Africa right now.
Exactly.
Once they come into Nigeria, all the other nations say, okay.
Now I would like to know, why are they in Africa? Why is China in Africa? What's going on?
I mean, there's so many.
They need support and they support you.
I beg your pardon?
They need support for economic reason.
Who needs support?
Chinese people.
So we have to support them.
What do you mean they need support?
I mean, like they want to do economic for China and Africa.
Yeah, okay.
Better than European people. They tell you what to do. But the Chinese, they work with you.
My friend, Chinese are after something.
At the end of the day, they don't
After
pressurize you,
something,
man.
okay?
It's your choice to give them or not.
No.
But the white European, they take it like that.
What you need to understand is this. When you understand some history, like I said, I'm not a brilliant academic, yeah?
Right.
When you understand some history, in the 1800s, I think it was, that the Americans, British, went into China and said, look, you have to do business with us. And the Chinese said, we thank you, but no thank you. We're all right. We're barely scraping by and eating noodles, but thank you anyway. We would rather not do business with you. Because the real Chinese had a different spirit. So the British Americans, they left. And then they came back and said, look, we're asking you again. You can either do business with us or you can do war with us. Choose one. Right now we've brought gifts on the ships. We can leave them here or go back and bring guns. It's up to you. And the Chinese was like, let's talk. Hold on, we're gonna go talk to our wise men. Just hold on. And they went and consulted each other and say, look, Oga, these people mean war. What do we do? If we do business with them, they're still gonna FUCK us.
Of course, yeah.
If we don't do business with them, they're still gonna FUCK us.
In no win situation, like.
Yeah, but which one shall we do? The wise Chinaman said, well, what we're going to do is we give them what they want, but not how they want. We'll buy ourselves some time till we get some power to tell them to FUCK back to wherever you're coming from. So they took the business deal and started working on their own deal. But that's one level of the game. The other level of the game is that you don't need to convince the whole Chinese nation to agree with you. You just need to target their leaders through intermarriages, blackmail, and so on and so. Education, where a lot of the top Chinese young boys are educated in private universities in America and Europe, in military schools, to form bonds of friendship, where George Bush can go to China and put on their gap and be him and the Chinese leader are like, yo, we're here, Facebook. But how are me and you supposed to understand what's going on when they can't even punch each other in public?
Anyway, Ty, coming back to the question.
Which is?
What is China doing in Africa?
I was coming there, it's a long story, but yeah. But China, there's two Chinas all the time. You see a country, there's always two. There's the China, which is the general China, and there's the China being controlled by a master. Always. Like you could see Saddam, there's the real Saddam, and there's the one that has to listen to people he don't want to listen to. There's the same for all the artists of the earth, musicians, sport people. Usain Bolt. I mean, who would see Usain Bolt and think he's going to put on a dress at some point? Who's going to see Usain Bolt and think he's going to put on a bra? No one. At some point? But how did that happen? Well, if you want the money. Now imagine Usain Bolt ain't a sprinter, but a world leader. He better be putting on a bra back door. If Usain Bolt is putting on a bra in front of all our children, what would... Go and look at the Virgin advertising.
Yeah, he did, yeah. But you know, this is why they say that we made you and we will break you.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to break him.
Yeah, okay? If you don't want to be made, don't get made at all. Right. But once we make you, you better stay with us. Don't bite the hand that feeds the what? That feeds you. So China in Africa is another form or an extension of the powers that had been in Africa before. America, I think it was in early 2000. I don't know if it's under Obama. Their flag was raised on the White House. I mean, how can you raise Chinese flag in the White House grounds? What's going on? So there's big white Americans, they're concerned that their country has been sold away. Well, if America's been sold away, how much more old little Africa? We don't mean nothing to them. So they're in there just to continue post-colonization. Is that the word? Yes. Post-colonization. Neo-post-colonization. What's that? Neo-post-colonization.
That's the Chinese in there now.
That's the Chinese in there now. I mean, isn't it a good thing that a rapist rapes you?
Exactly.
You call the police and they come, you say, oh, it's such a horrible guy the rapist was, isn't it? Well, we're the police, don't worry. We'll protect you. And you allow them to go question the same person who was raped. And then you come to serve them tea and you see them raping the same victim. They're in there raping the same victim too.
Well, boy, it's like the police here doing their own
investigation.
Exactly, yeah.
Look, we don't know in whose hands we are, and we love all our officers out there. This is not a take on any office service.
No, but they don't understand anyway.
Some of them do. They're waking up too.
Yeah.
They have in America. So China being in there is not the whole Chinese people. Don't blame all the people. It's not even the whole Chinese government. It's not all of them. It's a few elements who are globalists in this satanic agenda to bring the whole world under one power, if we like it or not. The globalization is supremely absolute.
So they're trying to do their own little colonization.
Look, it's more than that.
What, the Chinese?
Yeah.
The colonization is a small word for the thing. Colonization is like me and you being in primary kindergarten or something. There's a bigger word somebody has to come up with.
So what do you think they're after in Africa now?
What's the word? It just came in the mind now.
Because they're after something.
It's called what's the word again? You know, it's called where they. Oh, let me tell you what it is. The world, like we think the world is our world. Yeah. Look, I'm Nigerian, and a stranger comes into Nigeria, and you say to him, "This is my country. You know, where are you from? Go back to your country." No, it ain't your bloody country.
Like that guy did, yeah.
Yeah, it's not your bloody country. It's somebody's factory. Nigeria, South Africa, China, Korea, America, England, it's just somebody's warehouse. We're the ones who think it's our country.
You're just a product.
You're just a product inside the warehouse factory.
And you're labeled.
And you're what? You're labeled. You're just a product on the shelf or off the shelf with a sell-by date. But that's the only way they get us to support the warehouse military industrial complex, by making you feel franchised, by making you feel like you own some of it. Then you feel like, this is my country, I'm going to give some push. Your country needs what? You. Do not think what your country can do for you, but think what you can do for what? Your country, that your factory, what you can do for your warehouse. Think about it. Be patriotic, bloody thick. Thick.
Of course.
Be patriotic. Be patriotic.
That's true, believe me. That's it.
That's all we are. Bonfire time comes, they get rid of us easy. They got rid of Kennedy in America. White brother Kennedy. White Irish brother, Negro brother Kennedy. They got rid of him because he was speaking, saying, no, we can't allow these things to happen.
Or was he Irish?
Huh?
Was he Irish?
Yeah, I think he was, wasn't he?
But Ireland used to be black people, you know that?
Ireland are still black people with a white skin.
Exactly, yeah.
Ireland are black people with a white skin.
That's why in those days they used to say, like in this, especially in this country, to say
No.
no dogs, no Irish, no black.
No blacks.
Get out of here.
No black dogs. No black dogs.
Oh, so that's where it all came from.
Yeah, the white dogs were allowed in.
Why did they kill him?
Yeah.
Why did they kill Kennedy?
I hear, you know, I wish I was old enough to be around there. I hear that every time they install a new American president, they first take him to a small room before he swears in. In the small room, they show him, like the mafia show man them, what they do with man them, who wants to get out once they get in. So they say before you get in, if you want to get out, this is how you get out. So do you still want to get in? Or are you opting out? Which either way, you're still getting knocked. It's a small room. It's like a movie room, big screen. You sit down for a 5-minute movie, and they show you from what angle they shot Kennedy, and how they managed to make the game look like nothing. And they show you some other things. So if you're Raul Castro, they'll show you what they do to your big brother.
Well, I think it's his wife. Was his wife sitting next to him, isn't it?
Is it Jacqueline?
Yeah. They reckon it's his wife that took him out.
Well, all we know is he's been taken out anyway. That's all. That's the bottom line. What's her name? Sister in Pakistan. That sister in Pakistan. Bhutto. Benazir Bhutto. Sister Zainab Bhutto was knocked out too. Who remembers why?
Why?
Because she went and started saying Osama bin Laden's already dead a few years. And she went somewhere and let it slip. That Uncle Osama, is the Uncle Osama they're chasing now, is the phantom one. The real one already died. But they had to keep the phantom one alive for the narrative.
That's what you call double agent.
Yeah, double agent. But she said that thing, and they knew that she was going to say it again. So they blew her up publicly live. I mean, how do you take a sister out like that? How do you take a woman out like that? So every time the head tries to come up for humanity, our insanity gets in the way. Our insanity is given a new word again. Insanity. Insanity. Because that's all we're dwelling in. Yeah? You know? Every time they knock us back down. So the only leaders we see on the face of the earth, and we don't blame many of them, because they've looked at the blue pill and the red pill. There's just no way out for them. There's nothing they can do. If they don't do it, somebody else is going to do it worse. So some of them take the job to try and do something before they get knocked out. And we pray for their strength to keep helping humanity, to help the weak, the poor, the sick.
Yeah, to wake up.
The underprivileged.
Stop fighting each other.
Yeah, the underpaid. The madness in places like we can't even imagine. All of these countries where they're passing laws, Sharia law, which only the men benefit from. Only the men benefit from that. A woman is caught in adultery. Guess who gets killed? It's always the woman. Well, how did it happen? Where's the man? They beat the small men. Well, where are the big men then? So we're in trouble. So China is in Africa as an extension of the old colonial regime. Because all you see on the face of the earth, once you figured it out, ask yourself, why is China even important? Don't tell me that you think China is important so that its government can make sure its citizens are eating rice and noodles. That's not what the government are doing their business for. They're doing their business for global productivity and supply. Supply of products and goods that serve us so we can do the work that they want us to do in slavery. All the mobile phones that they're making for us so they can listen to us.
Okay. So I think they're after some kind of material that they use for mobile phones in Africa. Isn't it?
Yeah.
From the Congo especially, innit?
Okay.
It wouldn't work without Africa, my friend. I said the mobile phone wouldn't work out.
Okay.
So when you understand how the thing is,
Niger, the fourth largest producer of uranium, but they can't feed themselves, begging money in the streets.
that's why we explain to you again that all these things that we think are countries are just warehouses and factories. Because you can see the evidence. These countries say we need this thing, they just go in. And they get it out, regardless of what happens to anybody. It's like that. We at the bottom of the thing, we're thinking, oh, our government allowed some people to come in. No, it's your government who are complicit with them.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Our governments are like the gatekeepers, the janitors. Oh, welcome, boss. Which way you want to go? Nigeria. Oh, okay. Let me get the people out of the way first. Come on, shush. Oh, Congo, yeah. Oh, come on in. Somali. Oh, come on down. Ghana, innit? Gambia, come on in. They're just gatekeepers. They look. Our brothers look good, our uncles, and no disrespect to you. But it's a reality we're talking. We're human too. Consider us.
So that's why these guys can even look down on you, innit? Because they I don't know. When they can just sort of come into your country, whether you like it or not.
It's not our decision. Those of
The leaders.
It's the leaders done it. It's their gatekeepers. Come in. It's like a dog that is used to guard a house. Them big dogs that guard a house.
So one
Yeah. Doberman.
So what I'm saying is, the Buhari that's there, was he elected by the people though? I don't think so.
No, they just put them there, not who elected. They just put them there.
They're selected, not elected.
Selected.
Yeah.
Someone just put them there.
They're always selected.
Well, this is why you're not running your country.
No. You can't run it yourself.
You're not allowed to.
They're here and
Everywhere.
running your country
Everywhere.
for you.
You're not allowed to. We're not allowed to. Let's get. You know what? We're like women. Let's get over it. It's the reality is we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to have it because it's a. I mean, look at what happened in South Africa. It was a couple of years now when the South African miners started protesting about irregular conditions and so on and low pay. Yeah. And the police came out with guns and mowed them down like they were chicken.
Yeah, your own people.
Wait.
In your own black country. What happened?
No, they use Greek law against them.
I know, but I'm saying what happened to the police?
No,
Nothing.
Nothing.
They're telling the people of the nation, look, it's just a warehouse. Go back to Shanti and eat something.
So is the same thing happening in Biafra now as well, isn't it?
Everywhere.
Yeah, but there's some trouble down in Biafra now, isn't it?
In Biafra?
Yeah.
It's kicking off?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Everywhere.
I had one brother, I saw one brother, some group of Igbo brothers from Nigeria on the internet a couple of years now, maybe 2013. They're up in Ireland there shouting, oh, we Biafrans are we're not Nigerians, and we're the real Igbo or something. And if Nigeria doesn't give us what we want, by 2015, we're gonna blow up the country. I'm like, are these guys out of their minds? You wanna blow up your own country because people in your own country don't give you what you want. It might be like a husband saying, I'm gonna blow up the house, honey, if you don't give me what I want, honey. It's insanity.
No, but no, it's not them saying it.
I know, that's where I'm coming to.
Somebody support.
I know, because I was getting there.
And that's coming from the high power.
And they said, we have, I mean, I'm quoting, paraphrase quoting, we have nuclear weapons we can send on our own country. And we have the powers who are supporting us to do it. I'm like, and this is allowed on YouTube. This is allowed on YouTube. And they were basically saying they have the Israeli behind them. Whoa. You have the Israeli behind you?
Where?
In Nigeria. Excuse me. You have the Israeli behind you to make you destroy your own country. I mean, Biafra was a setup, it's a game.
No, but this is why I say they have to do these kind of things, right? They've got to keep you fighting while you're fighting. In the back doors,
They're taking stuff.
They're taking the stuff out.
And
It's simple, isn't it?
they create this situation for them to come in as a referee.
Of course, yeah.
As a referee. As a guy who comes in to say, guys, why are you fighting each other? I'm uncle, go back to your house. And then you say, yeah, uncle, where are you going to sleep tonight?
That's what they did in Sudan. They supported in Sudan.
Huh?
Yeah, but it's just a game. It's a game
what do you mean?
which people need to understand.
It's not our self-determination. If it was our self-determination.
Once you understand the game,
No, it's a
you're gonna
game.
stop fighting.
It's just a game to
Protect
divide it.
your resources. Huh? It's just diversion. They need to divert
That's on the
your
low
attention.
ground, you have a point. On the low ground, you have a point. But at the top, it's not.
So the Jewish, I know there's a Jewish influence. So the Jewish people are supporting the movement of Biafra?
So that we can always be broken up. The more we get broken up, the less conformity we have in agreeing how to organize our resources. Because it means that you can make two brothers fight each other. You can always make them fight each other, and then you can take their stuff. Because the game these people play.
Destabilization.
Destabilization.
Tell me the story in Sudan.
What do you mean the stories? Yeah. Sorry.
The war stopped. John Garang, he went to the capital of Sudan. He said, there's no war anymore. MI5, CIA, they killed him.
There you go.
Right? And they convinced the South Sudan, get split, we support you. Because the Sudan government, they bring the Chinese to dig for oil. Said, take the Chinese, get independent, we take the oil. And then David Cameron, he went to Scotland, he was crying. We build the country together. We don't want to split, be together. But he went to South Sudan, and that day of independence, he was dancing with them. He's happy for he split Sudan. North and
It's all business. It's just business.
For their own interests, for their own gains.
It's just all business.
But that's going to be some human beings for you, greedy
Yeah.
with no conscience, no.
It's just business. For them, it's just business.
They suck
You know,
out everything.
when a snake is eating the children of frogs, it's not personal. No, it's not personal. It's just business. That's why they can look you in the eye and say, no, we're not racist.
So they would say, what are we complaining about? What are we
Yeah,
complaining
that's why they
about?
can look you in the face and say, we don't hate you. You don't understand. It's business. Man eat man, dog eat dog.
That's right.
Eat or be eaten.
You hear what Snoop Dogg says? It's a dog-eat-dog world.
Dog eat dog world. It's nothing personal. Hey, you two brothers, you were fighting me the other day. I think you was. Jay Smith and all that, innit? I know you haven't talked to me before. I think it must have been you guys. Say again? No, if it's not you, I'm not, I'm just saying, I don't say you're fighting me. I'm saying you're having a go at me. I think it's you. Were you in front of Jay Smith all the time?
Yeah.
Well, if you know it's you, you know how I ain't got it wrong.
Just don't do it today because he's with his head.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind your disagreement. I know you're Christians,
He's got his henchmen with him
right?
today. So
So I know it's you. I know who I'm talking about.
don't do it today.
No, they can do it. If they got any frustration, they can do it. But they need to understand what we're saying here. Have you guys ever spoken to Jay Smith to address identity? Address identity and address... You know, Jay Smith likes having a swipe at Islam because it's all a game. It's all a game. But you guys never question him. What about European slavery? Hey, tell me, is Jesus white? Is the real Jesus white? Talk to me. You're not talking now, but you're Christian, right? I know you're Christian. Is Jesus white or black? Huh? What was he? Middle Eastern ain't a color.
What's the color of brass?
Huh? Next time.
What's the color of brass when it's burnt?
You see my brothers how they leave? They don't even want to talk about it. It's like they say it's not white, it's not black, so they just leave.
What color? What color is brass?
Brass.
Brown.
Right.
When it's burned.
Now when it's burned in fire, what do it become? And that's what the book says.
That's what the book says.
Book says it's black.
So I don't know why a white man is carrying around the Bible. It's not his Bible.
Book say black.
Well, you can believe in it if you want.
No, you cannot believe in the Bible if you don't know the identity. You're lying to yourself.
Does the identity change the message of my point?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Very important question you asked. Where you from?
Somalia.
Oh, you look Nigerian. You look like Igbo.
Somalia. Yeah.
You can check your DNA later. Check your DNA, bro. I think you're from down my side.
Possibly.
From down my side. It changes the message.
Go on.
And when you know the color, not just the color like skin, but the type, you know. If you go to Nigeria now, they'll quickly fit you into Igbo side. Seriously, quickly. It won't take time. When you tell them you're not Nigerian, they'll disagree with you. Imagine that. They'll disagree with you. You be telling them I'm not. They'll still like you know. But there's certain, where did you say he's from again? Somali. There's certain Somalians, they can never claim to be Nigerian. Because then people will be like, no way. So,
How does the color change the message?
I was coming there. Now,
You said how does the color change?
sorry, yeah. Yeah, how does the color change the message? Yeah?
This Arab guy you want to talk to.
So can I ask you a question? If the color in the Bible is saying black, what's the color? What's the color in the church when you go in the church of Jesus Christ? What color is it?
Okay.
Sorry?
All times are not, it's white.
No, all the time.
I can't say all, I've been to all churches, I can't say
Why is
all.
that? So there must be some kind of problem with the color. There's got to be.
What's your name?
If they're painting a different color,
Sorry.
than what it says in the Bible that they have. in the
Arab
church.
brother want to talk to you.
One by one, just name finish.
The message. Oh, sorry.
No,
carry on.
So, brother, want to ask a question.
العرب عندنا نحب الجمال.
They said Arab, they love
كامل.
camel. Okay? Yeah.
الجمال ألوان تجي.
And the camel,
Black.
they're different colors.
Black,
the camel. White, black,
Red.
brown,
إيه.
grey.
أحب الجمال عندنا اللون الأسود.
He loves the black color of the camel. Right. Because
أفضل لون عندنا.
he said is the best color for them is the black color in the camel.
هذا أفضل لون عندنا. زين. في السيارات في
The car, yeah.
إيه. السيارات الملكية الرسمية أسود تجي.
It says the car of the color of the boss in Middle East is the black color.
Not
Not like
white.
for the president, the other president when they drive the car, they drive a black color. Right.
الله خلق الألوان.
Allah, He makes all the color
الألوان زين لقدرته. العبرة عرفت ان الله
Allah chose different color for different reason.
هذه الوان خارجية.
These things come from God, not from.
Fair enough. I can take some of that. Yeah, go on.
Right.
المعنى داخل.
From inside you what?
هو المطلوب الانسان. هذه الخارجية ما تعني شيء. الجمال هذا الجمال.
Outside things is
external things.
External things.
يحب الأسود، يحب الأبيض، يحب الذا.
People they love color, white color, black color, brown color, different color. Yeah, this says is from God.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah.
أهم شيء الداخل.
The best is from what inside you.
You're right. He has a point.
You summarized that, didn't
But something he didn't mention. Something he didn't mention, which they don't like mentioning in either Islam or Quran, is that he didn't mention that nations seem to be built along not only skin color or skin tone, but of type.
Right.
You know, type. You know, like this sister can say she's black, yeah, but you can see that the black is not like you would say Sri Lanka,
right? Okay.
Or Bangladesh. If she go to Bangladesh, there's more people more black than her,
Right.
but they would still tell her, you know,
she's African.
She's African, exactly.
ويقول حتى في آسيا في ناس سود في آسيا وهذه سودة من أفريقيا.
You have to plug that in
لما
there.
تمشي آسيا يقول يعني يبعدون عنها لأن هي ما سودة منهم، سودة من مكان ثاني.
الحيوانات أعقل من
You see, because
you're talking about human, the color of the animal, they don't fight each other. Why happen in the human being?
Well, I see his point. I see what he's trying to say. But we won't. We won't.
قال فهم كلامه.
إيه يعني الحيوانات تلقى هذه الحيوانات تلقى لون أسود يمشي أبيض ما في فرق.
He's saying again, not animals that have different color. They're better than human beings.
In many ways.
In many ways. Like they don't fight each other. They don't hate each other. They don't grass each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Why is the human being?
The human being is they're different. When it comes to human being, they take it as a racism.
Anyway, I like his question because that's some of the answers we're trying to answer.
Just tell him people they've got brain disease.
وهذا يقول لك إنه الإنسان عنده مشكلة في عقله.
عنده مشكلة
في عقله. عقله. Brain. So.
Does he agree?
Does he agree? Yeah. Agree فهمته؟
فهمت. من الشيطان قال هذا كله من الشيطان.
All this come from Satan.
Did he know Satan was black? Did he know? Ask him. No. Did he ask him?
قاعد يقول لك.
Did he know Satan
الشيطان
was black?
أسود ما يهمني لونه.
He said it doesn't matter about color.
It doesn't matter about color. Asking
No, what he's trying to say to you, he doesn't matter but his colour.
His colour.
You know,
no
shaitan, not human being.
No human.
Shaitan colour. When he said to him, tell him the shaitan is black, and he explained to him in Arabic, and he said to him, shaitan to me, it doesn't matter. I don't care about his colour. Okay. Shaitan, devil is the devil. I don't give a shit. You know, I don't care what his colour is.
Okay, what about the colour of the prophets? You care about that?
And again, what he trying to say to you earlier,
I understand what he's saying. Trust me.
It doesn't matter about colour, my friend. What's inside you.
Are you saying that or he's saying that?
No, he said that.
Yeah, okay.
And the real, I'm with him. It doesn't matter about the people.
That's
God, he choose you black. God,
let me ask you one
white.
question.
God, you choose Chinese. You choose. Yeah.
Listen. Do you do anything with yourself in your existence?
What do you mean?
Do you do anything? Are you useful for anything? You look like a footballer to me. You look athletic.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Okay,
you look
yeah.
athletic.
Yeah.
You do something like
I
that.
do, yeah.
Okay, what do you do?
I do running, I do swimming. I do,
Now,
yeah.
if you were this short, would it matter? But you're this tall.
Yeah.
Would there be a difference?
Yeah.
See?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, now that's the perpendicular growth or different, difference in body size and so on. So it has a reason.
You have a reason.
Now listen to this. If you believe that the Creator created you and He measured you out before time to be this tall, He must have had a reason.
Yeah.
Unless you're telling me He had no reason, He just, doesn't do anything. No, He has a reason. According to our book, He has a reason for everything he did. The question now is to find the reason. So now, when you paint a car white, as a car manufacturer, you have a reason. When you paint the car black, you have a reason.
You're right.
Every process you follow.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah? Now, people don't want to understand that when we can create things with reason, with intent, then our creator must be the best at doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So everything he done must have some intent.
Yeah.
Now it's for us to find out what his intent is. If he's allowed us to have some
knowledge,
capacity to think like that. Otherwise, he wouldn't give us the capacity to think like that. We cannot exceed the capacity he gives us to ask questions we ask. If he didn't want us to ask such questions to that level, we wouldn't be able to. Like we make computers and we limit the what do you call it?
I'm with you 100%, but
See?
I don't get it. What's your point? I mean,
my point is that I thought you figured it out by now.
Well, I got lost for a bit.
You're slow, brother. You're slow. You said you're a sprinter, right?
Well,
I've caught up with you. I'm overtaking you. I'm Usain Bolt, bro.
All right. What's your point?
What I'm saying is this. People don't understand that color matters. Even in the biological sphere of talking, color matters a lot. Color is a manifestation and a function of an organism for so many different things. I mean, come on, I'm not even smart. Help me on some of them. You know, they say black people need more vitamin D in this country, they say. Why only black people need more vitamin D? If color didn't matter. Something's funny, isn't it?
And who said that?
It's an establishment. Type it up. We're still here. Type it up right now. They say black skin. Uncle, are you disagreeing?
Can I ask you a question, brother?
Are you disagreeing with me?
Brother, can I ask you a question?
You don't agree with that?
It's fine,
no, they say it. Sorry, bro.
No, brother, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with color inside yourself?
What do you mean problem with color?
I mean, I don't know. Do you have... God created you black. God created me white. I'm sure I'm happy to be white. I'm sure you're happy to be black.
Happy I'm not, no.
Why not?
No. That's a problem.
I'm not happy to be black.
Why, brother?
I'm supremely glad.
Thank you. Respect. Yeah?
Supremely glad.
Exactly.
Happy.
Exactly. So, why don't take that out in your head?
Take what?
Move on in your life.
No, my life is moved on already.
You're trying to think what the people think about me.
No.
Leave them.
No, brother.
Walk away, brother.
Brother.
Make your life happy.
You didn't even...
If you're going to stop and look at the people around,
you didn't
what
try
people thinking about me, I don't care.
No, brother. That's why I said I'm supremely glad. Happy happens... Listen. Happy is what happens to us 5 minutes of each 24 hours of a day. And it's over. Glad is always. Yeah? That's why I said I'm not happy. Happy is what happens to you when you were sad before.
So what do you think about people who think about you?
No, it does. I don't bother. That don't bother me.
It doesn't bother you?
No.
So what's the conversation all about?
So that's now you need the answer. The conversation, don't forget you also based it on your question. Why is black important? Why is color important? Yeah?
Every color is important.
That's what we're saying. So do you then agree that black color is important?
100%.
But do you know why black color is important?
Why is the black color is important?
Yeah. Do you know why?
I believe we're all the same.
Believe is what children...
The only difference between you and me, brother, what's inside you, what's inside
That's
me.
That's a lie. They lied to you again.
Who's a lie to me?
Those whose information you're quoting. Don't forget, this thing...
Okay. Put it that way. Do you think all the white people, they're good people?
No, that's not even my platform. That's not my platform.
I'm asking a simple question.
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think all the black people, they're they're good people?
No, I don't.
Thank you. So all they're the same.
Hey, but you don't know the platform I'm talking, the angle I'm using color from. It's not about the good. Don't forget.
It sounds you got a problem with the color, brother.
At least you need to hear me, or you don't want to hear me.
No, go on.
Because you're speaking like a white man now.
No, just...
You got to hear me. This is the problem. You've got to hear me. Don't just tell me how to feel. That's what white people do all the time. Or lighter skinned people do all the time. They don't even hear what you're saying. They just tell you how to be. Don't worry about color. Why are you always about color? But you haven't even heard what I got to say. It's what they do in places of higher justices. They don't listen to the victims. They just condemn them like, oh, you're a thief today. That's all we know. We caught you stealing. If you understand what I'm saying.
I'm listening to you now. Go
yeah.
on.
Why I'm coming from the color position is that obviously we've grown up and we've seen how they keep telling us color is not important. In Islam they say color is not important. Everybody is the same in the face of Allah or in Islam. But the practice is different. The reality is different. Reality.
In what way?
You mean in Islam?
Yeah.
In the fact that I can become a Muslim today.
Okay.
And say I want to marry a white Arab girl.
Okay.
And it's not going to happen.
Why is it not going to happen?
Because it don't happen.
What do you mean it don't happen? Have you ever been Arab countries? No. Have you ever been Arab countries?
Yeah.
Have you ever visited Arab countries?
Yeah.
You don't have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
just told you yes.
No, you don't.
You see, you're telling me again.
Okay, where did you go?
You see,
you must be wrong. You went to the wrong place, brother.
It's the wrong place
because
now.
most of the people in the Middle East,
somebody got
45% are all black, and they all marry white, and the white marry a black. We don't have that problem, brother.
All right. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out. Now hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
If we go on YouTube now.
I don't want to go on YouTube. I want to use my brain. I don't want to go on YouTube. YouTube is all.
Is what?
I don't believe YouTube.
This is on YouTube. This is on YouTube.
That's fine. I respect that. That's on YouTube.
You don't respect this on YouTube.
No, I do, but I don't believe a lot of YouTube.
No, this is happening live on YouTube. YouTube matters.
Any media doesn't go on my
head. You know
head.
why we say YouTube?
Yeah.
Because me and you, right now, we want to prove something. We can't go to Saudi Arabia and pull out a black guy to tell us anything. It won't happen.
Have you ever converted Islam?
Say again?
Have you ever converted Islam?
Converted?
Yeah.
No.
So how do you know? Because you don't convert it. If you go to Arab Muslim woman, she's not going to marry me.
They're living witnesses for it. There are living witnesses for what I'm saying.
You see, brother, you talk about something you don't have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, let me ask you, since you have the idea.
Right.
Was Prophet Muhammad black or white?
I believe he was brown.
Do you know what
he was?
What
do I know? I don't know. I don't know my grandfather how they look like. Do you want to tell you about Muhammad? He died 1,400 years ago.
Come on.
He's a black.
No, it's fine. Yeah, go on.
Hear what I'm saying, brother.
Yeah?
Just hear what I'm saying. Keep your emotions somewhere else and hear what we're saying. It's very important. You're a sportman, right?
But why? I want to. No, just a second.
Don't deal with my emotions. I don't have any. Deal with realities
so what's the
here.
difference for you from Muhammad black or white? What's the point?
You will soon see, but you need to listen. Now you said God, one brother before he left, he said Allah created black and white. Well, why does Allah bloody do it? Do you know?
He knows better than me and you.
No, do you know why Allah did it?
So know each
well,
other.
He has a reason why he.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get to. Why did he do it? I mean, what's so hard for you to reason? If Allah did a thing, he must have had a reason to do the thing. We want the reason. You keep saying it doesn't matter.
So what's the reason? Tell me what's the reason.
I'm asking you since you said color don't matter.
You're more smart than me. I want to learn from you.
Now,
tell me what's the reason.
So if you want to listen, you would have got there by now. But you keep telling me not to feel like that.
Oh, go on. Tell me the reason. Make your point.
Now, before I start telling you the reason,
yeah.
Do you still say you don't know why Allah did it?
I'm telling you what Allah he did. There's no difference between you and me except what's inside.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's only the difference.
This is so painful, brother. You're not even trying to answer the question. Look, in Islam, one brother just left here.
Yeah.
In Islam, I can quote, I don't think quote from the Quran or Hadith. It's not an attack on Islam at this moment. It's just because you say you're Muslim. So I know a lot of your education will come from there. And I've heard somebody say, why are you so worried about color? And then in the end, one brother said, Allah made all the colors, but only he knows why. So I'm asking you, did he tell you why he made the colors? Did he educate you at all?
Go on, tell me.
I forced the question to you. Do you know?
I don't know.
Did your scholars tell you why?
No one.
Did the hadiths tell you why?
I don't care.
Did the Quran tell you why?
I don't care.
Then you don't know nothing
I
about
don't
Allah.
care.
Then
I
you
don't care.
Then you're not listening properly to Allah. You're not.
But make a point. Why they create the black and white?
Now, the black skin to start with can better withstand the onslaught of the sun. Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you understand that? Hold on. Do you understand that? In the black skin is a more concentration of what they call melanin.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Melanin.
Melanin.
Yeah.
Somebody good to tell us what melanin is here?
So you're talking about something you don't know what you're talking about?
Did I say I don't know? I'm just surprised you don't know. I'm surprised that you don't know what melanin is. I'm just surprised.
فرعون موسى فوت يهود قطع بهم البحر وشافوا معجزة رب العالمين كيف قطع بهم البحر ولما طلع الجبل صاروا يعبدوا في البقرة هذا ما شافوا بعيونهم وكفروا بدك هذا يملك.
You've agreed between yourselves, but not with me.
No, go on, brother. I'm listening.
You know that's, you got happy because he agreed with you. But you ain't agreed with me.
No, you're trying to show me something in Quran and Arabic.
Now,
if God makes everything green.
Say again?
If God makes all the human color green. It's the difference is if He makes you white, black, brown, you will enjoy it more. One color, you will enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, that's some good reason. But we're talking about, you see,
but make you all want the same and equal. But when it comes to human
there's
being,
nothing called equal with the Creator. He didn't make nothing equal. That's just fallacy. Now don't go there, brother. You're leaving?
I'm going, brother.
Don't leave.
Back to work, brother.
Okay, work.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't have to leave immediately, let's tell you some things. Okay, let's tell you some things.
Yeah, go on.
Let's tell me some things. Like we're saying, He made you tall and He made some people short. Anyone who's this short won't take up sprinting against a guy like you. It's already lost before they started. Yeah? Now, people like us will not take up boxing with the heavyweights either, because we're still too tiny. We have our place in society, and so does every skin color in society. That's why they keep all the white people in Europe, where the sun shine is less and more bearable for them, and why they left all the black Africans in deep Sahara Africa, because they can take it. So now, if I say I'm equal, can I just bring any European, subject them to the sun in Africa?
They're dead.
They would die.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that evidence that we're not equal?
Okay, yeah.
Huh?
Okay, that's a good
Okay,
point.
yeah.
That's a good
Now
point.
you're seeing the clarity,
Okay,
yeah?
all right.
Now, melanin is a substance in the body that helps to produce pigmentation, yeah? Now that pigmentation may protect from the UV rays of the sun.
Can I say something? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop you.
Fair
If
enough.
you're taking the black people to Siberia to live in Siberia, do you think they can live there?
Of course, we live everywhere.
Am I right? Yes. Okay, go on.
Tell me how we won't.
I'm asking you. Just
No, we do. We started all those places. Everywhere was started by black. Everywhere on the earth was. If black wasn't there first, you would have to tell me how you got there. You would have to tell me how you came about. If black wasn't there, you would have to explain to me how did you come about? Because everything came from black.
And who said that everything comes from
Who
black?
said what?
Everything comes from black.
Your Quran says that.
No, it doesn't say that. Quran.
It's a hadith that says that
Adam is black, hadith.
It's hadith.
Yes.
And we can take hadith seriously, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Quran says that then, don't it? Unless you don't like the hadith, which means you don't like the Quran.
First time I hear it, anyway.
First time you hear, we've heard that Adam was created from what?
Black man.
Well, pick up some of that behind me.
Yeah, from Adam, yeah.
Just go on, do it. Because we do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Just in case you don't know.
No, I know that. I know that. No, I know that.
We actually do it.
Of course.
We do it.
Yeah.
It's real.
من رب العالمين خلق آدم.
Adam was made.
خطين.
من جنوب إلى الشمال
Now, if Adam was
mixed together, there's no one color.
Say again?
Created Adam is no one can, not just by black color.
You don't like the black one?
No, I like black one.
So you think it's not by this one?
No, just
Which
Adam.
one was it from?
It's a different one. It
Different
comes from
one.
desert, it
No,
comes
no,
from the
no.
mountains, it comes from the forest. It's all different colors.
Yeah.
And he created Adam.
Adam, that's
So what you're saying is, hold on.
No, what he's trying to say to you, not because only that black. No, he didn't mean that.
So what you're saying is,
Now this is says black.
what you're saying is, he made some from the color that look like you. That's why you look like you, right?
No, not about it.
So what are you saying? Talk to us. Talk to us.
No, just I say,
You just don't want it to only be black.
No, I want to. Why no? Why not? It's not my problem.
You want the other
Not
colors
my
in there
problem.
too.
Why keep
No,
it?
talk to me, brother. Don't just. I want to hear you. I get tired when I don't hear people
why is it not
tell
that
me
one?
how I'm wrong. Tell me what I've said wrong. I've said this is it what the Creator made them from. You said no. He made them from all the other colors. Well, if he did that, that would explain why you look like you did. That would mean the Creator, according to you, made all different colors when he was making man. So he didn't make man, he made men. But your book says he made man, not men.
Yeah, even the Bible says.
Your book says he made man.
Man, yeah.
Or did he make different men?
One man.
One man. Well, I don't know how he's mixing colors.
He was chemist.
If you're making one man.
He was a chemist. He was chemist.
He was a chemist, isn't it? Well,
You see where your logic falls on his face.
You know, he's
Admit the thing. If you're gonna go with something, stick with it though. We don't got a problem. You gotta stick with it. And look, you know, you can defend that statement that color doesn't matter only when you defend truth. You gotta accept truth first. Then it's easy for us to move along with everything else. Look, any person will call me black in this country. It's a black guy. But am I like black like this brother? Am I like black like this brother?
No.
Am I like black like this brother?
No.
I'm not. So I understand what you're saying. But don't try and rub out this black from the earth. This black is the father of all blacks.
I never did.
Oh, you are when you keep telling me
That's in your
Allah
head.
created all colors.
That is in your head, brother, not in me.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
No,
I treat
I
everyone
didn't
the
say
same.
that.
No, we're not, brother.
I'm treating
Brother, you
everyone
keep
the
doing-
same. You see, since I've been talking to you for the last 20 minutes, it sounds like so far, I don't know, you got a problem with the colours, and you got a problem with the Muslims. I don't know.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you have problems with anything?
Absolutely not.
No problems with nothing?
Not with nothing, depends what you mean.
Of course, that's what I'm dealing with too. It depends what you mean too. I mean, people got problems, but ask me not to have problems. That's not fair. Brother, you say you got some problems,
I have to go, brother.
but you don't want me to have
With
problems.
all my respect, I have to go.
All right then.
Nice to talk to you.
Let's.
Take care, yeah?
Let's, yeah. I deserve, and what's the other word? To have problems too. Because everybody got some. So mine might be color, might be religion, might be this, might be that, but I have a right to have my own problems. Thank you, because we got distracted. Yeah. It was what again? Now the color is predicated on the people. Okay? Now that's why they don't want you to go to the color business. Because they know once you go to the color business, you're gonna go to the people business. Okay? So they say color doesn't matter. But tell me, when England wins the World Cup and 12 white people come home saying we won, we won, we won, will they paint them as black in the morning? Or why they bother take photos of them today and say, guys, come together, snap? Why do they take the photo? Why don't they just write about them and say there were 11 guys? This is the first name, this is the second name. Why don't they only write? Why do they take photos? Because they don't want any information lost about identity. Because tomorrow might come and the Chinese can say we are the English people. The Chinese can say, it's we who are England. We are the English. Or the Polish can say, it's we who won it. But now when we deal with the color, you start finding out that you're dealing with the identity of who the real people are. Then when you deal with the identity, you gotta know that something's wrong with the message. So there's a hadith or a correlation to the hadith which says anyone who says the prophet is black should be killed. You wonder why they say that. Why is that important for them to say that? Why? Why is it important for them to say that? Why? I mean, wouldn't you want to know? You would want to know why they say that, because you'd be like, because the man was black.
Does it mean his message is closer to you? Does it mean his message is closer to you?
No, it just, you know, history. It's not so much about the message. No, but hear what I'm saying. See, once you start to identify that certain things are not right, it makes you to look more to see what other things were not right. For example, if you could find out that the prophet was not white, was not black, they're not claiming, they're not proving to you he was white or black. It makes you think he didn't even exist. Say again? What doesn't make sense? Don't run away.
He came in and cut out real quick.
No, honestly, think about it yourself. Think about it. Think about it. When they can't prove to you that he was either this or that, it makes you question, did the guy really exist? Because it will help you to identify where he's coming from and what he's talking about. We don't know. We don't. No, sorry. I didn't finish my statement. Sorry, I stopped so you could finish. Sorry. Yeah. He's black, yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah, we're sure.
It's in the book.
They're black people, yeah. Yeah. The real original Jews are black, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the book.
You see, you're surprised. That's it, exactly. That's the surprise which I know you don't understand. That's how surprising it is. You see the point? The real Jesus is black. So we just want to start showing you.
Excuse me. Did you know that?
No, he didn't.
You didn't know that?
No.
No, seriously, it's in the book.
And he won't accept it.
It's in the book.
Now,
the Bible.
these are the followers of Christ. Yeah? As documented. All right? We got books for you all day long. Documented. We teach. We come here to teach. To teach history and teach the Bible. And to teach how they've lied to us. So we know Prophet Muhammad was a black man, the original one.
How would that change history then? If that's the case,
I'll tell you why. Let's tell you why. Let's answer this in a... Huh? What was he?
He was Arab.
What is the Arab color? Hey,
Have you got the Bible?
Yeah, we got the Bible.
Why do you care about color so much? Brother, why do you care about color so much? Color is nothing.
No, color is much. Color is everything. Sorry.
So what color did you say? What color did you say Muhammad was?
No, they say they don't know. They say it was Arab.
Well, the color is nothing.
Yes,
We'll explain to you. I'll explain, honest. You know we will explain, innit? You know I know you're just winding it up, innit?
Just
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
black or him?
Huh?
I am black
Yeah.
or him.
What do you mean?
What his color?
And
what my color?
Now let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
I didn't start the
It's like when you set fire to something.
I didn't start the classification.
When you set fire to something,
So it's going to be hard on me. But if you're just talking from what they've generally told us, yeah? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. From what they've generally told us, he's brown. Yeah. From what they've generally told us to say, he's brown.
He's brown.
Yeah.
That means Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is brown. It's not black.
Why do you say that?
Because he's Arab.
But do you not know that the original Arabs are like you?
From where?
From what do you mean from where?
From where you get that?
We have a lot of sources.
Show me.
Okay. My hand is heavy. This cold is eating into us. No, you won't. You focus there. I beg you, sis. Will you manage? Yeah, I beg.
لا خلينا نسمع كلامه ذا شيء والله غبي هذا يطلع كلام من راسه. في عنده كتب من وين جايبه وانا عارف.
دقيقة اصبر بس نشوف ايش الكتاب اللي جاي.
هاته يعني؟
ايه.
يا ولد يا ولد يوم شفت الكتاب غسلت يدي منه خلاص. ما ادري ايش القصه بالضبط لونهم عندهم.
دقيقة اصبر. Just wait.
East Africa.
Saudi Arabia is not East Africa.
Hold on.
Who said that? No.
You know you're not listening. You know you're not listening.
Okay.
You haven't listened.
Yeah.
I know you haven't hold this book.
Yeah.
You haven't bothered to look in nothing. You got to
Who
first.
wrote it?
Here we go.
Who wrote it? Give me the
I think we shouldn't do this. Who wrote it is another thing. We don't mind. But let's first do one thing first.
Go ahead.
I mean, who wrote you? I'm not saying who before you say anything. Prove to me. You know what I mean? We're just looking at stuff.
Go ahead.
It's just an introduction to the history of East Africa.
Yeah.
Okay? East where?
Africa.
Africa. Okay? So in East Africa, I mean, we can go on and on and on. Yeah? We understand, yeah? The Arabs of where?
In East Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Who said that?
It says
What do you mean,
settlement.
who?
It says
Who said
settlement.
that?
We're not running from
It
the...
says settlement.
I highlighted the page.
Yeah.
I'm not going to highlight some that are going to bite me, trust me.
Sure.
Okay?
Go ahead.
Or you can read the whole book. Or we're showing you the book, telling you that Arabs settled where?
In East Africa.
So if Arab is settling in East Africa, then you say, who are the East Africans then? The Arabs, right?
Yeah.
Or they left again?
No, the Arabs.
Oh, the Arabs. But where are they coming from before they settled in East Africa?
Arabian Peninsula.
Well, so if East African Arabs are what? What color are they?
They are brown like me, or maybe like him.
Tell me where that...
In Egypt, they're still the same color.
What do you mean they're still the same
The
color?
Arabs, they live in Africa, they're still the same color.
Let's hold on
Moroccans are
there.
the same. Libyans are the same.
Just hold on there. I gotta get books. I know you're not really angry. I don't know if I'm gonna use this one. This is what the ancient Egyptians look like. Yeah?
Is that black to you?
Yeah. That's black to me, yeah.
And she's white.
Yeah, like we have white skinned sisters too. Just type on Google. You'll see some Nigerian women look almost white.
I'm black.
Almost absolutely white.
I'm black. I'm Nigerian.
Yeah. You understand? We're not trying to lie to you about anything. Everything is visibly, is clearly there. You have that black, that much black, to this brown, You have all kinds of blacks. Yeah? So, this is the man here. Yeah? Oh, this is him
What
there.
you trying to say? If the prophet is black, so what's your point then?
Then we'll tell you what the point. But first we want you to agree you don't know or that we know. Because if you don't know...
How do you know that was 400 years ago?
Say again?
How do you know if he's black or not?
Well, how do you know he exists at all?
You say that he doesn't exist.
No, I'm not saying he didn't. Now listen. Let me use that tablet, I beg you. If you're asking me, how can I prove that he's black or white? Then it means we don't even know he existed.
Who created Africa? Who created that map? Africa and Asia and Europe. Who created that map?
What's the point in that question?
No, there's no point, right?
It's like his point.
But I don't
It's like his point.
Now let's show you something. Let's show you something. Let's show you something. I'm gonna try and get something for you, yeah? Let me see if I got them on this page. Don't leave, guys, don't leave.
ما يقرأ قرآن ويجي يقول إنه هذه كتب
الكتاب هذا من وين جابه؟
شارية من مكتبة من أمازون.
Don't leave so quick, I beg you. The question you're asking is very important. I want you to understand why it's
I
important.
want to know, are you challenging the existence of prophets at the moment?
Only the fake ones.
Who is the fake one?
The white Jesus is one, the white Muhammad is the other. The real Muhammad was black.
We don't.
Huh?
So we have two Muhammad.
No, you don't. You have one now.
One is white, one is black.
The one you're using now is white. The real one was a black man.
But we never
Who
have
said that?
We never have a picture of Muhammad anyway.
That's why you don't have a picture, because he's black.
Oh, brother.
They're gone?
Let me see, babe.
Now these are the Israelites. It's still on the walls of Dura Europus, which is in Iraq. These are them, yeah?
Sorry.
Okay? And the Jesus was from the same people. Black man, yeah? I'm looking for the tombs. Brother, giving them a hard time, that brother.
The screen is a bit dark as well.
Huh?
The screen is a bit dark.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't really use this screen for that anyway, because it's hard to see. Well, if they're gone, there's no point videoing anything. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a file, folder.
This guy's still patiently waiting.
Huh?
This guy's still patiently waiting.
Who?
His brother.
Oh, I didn't even, sorry. And my shoulder is hurting.
I'm gonna make you take over, you know what I?
Huh?
Yeah, sure, you're gonna take over the filming.
Hachi.